What's up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I'm back in the building. And this time I'm back for a brief recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 3, episode 5, I believe. Okay, so the episode pretty much starts out with Ashley. She has invited Giselle and Candace to yoga, and that's where Giselle meets Candace. So pretty much Candace tells Giselle that she is, getting ready to get married to her fiance Chris, and that, he's not like a regular white guy. He has some soul. He's like white chocolate, his penis is like light brown. It's not white the way other people, think that it is. And Giselle is just taken aback by this. She's just like, damn, like he got a light brown penis. She said, oh my God, well, honey, every time I see him, I'm going to be thinking about that, honey. You shouldn't have told me that. So they end up talking about prenups, and Giselle recommends that Candace gets a prenup, and Candace is just like, well, I'm the one with the money, and he doesn't really have anything. And it's just like, well, bitch, if he got his own restaurant, he do have something. Is he just the owner of the restaurant? If he's the owner, he do got some kind of money. That the business is an asset. Is it making money? Like, it's confusing me. I don't really care for Candace, you guys. She's not really the type of girl that I would hang with. Her and Monique, they're too cheerleadery. I believe Giselle said that to Robin in the car. On one of these little scenes, she was like, yeah, she's just like a cheerleader. And she is, but yeah, I didn't like her. This whole show is about money. How much money you got, how much money your man got. This whole episode was about money, but this show is it's all about status, and I don't know, it's just weird that it's all about that. But yeah, I didn't like how Candace kept saying, well, I'm the one with the money, I don't want to do a prenup. Girl, you better do a prenup, shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect what's yours. You don't know if this will work out or not. Like, it was 2017 probably when y'all was shooting this shit. It's 2018 now. Like, be smart about your money. Most smart women get prenups. So I didn't understand that. But yeah, she kind of rubbing me the wrong way, you guys. This idiot Candace says a prenup takes the sexiness out of getting married. Bitch, if you don't get to be about it... If you don't be about your fucking business, how old is this bitch? Is she early 30s or late 20s, or is she giving me ditzy 20-year-old? So Giselle says that her opinion of Candace is she's young, perky, and fun, and she actually likes her a lot better than Monique. I don't know, you guys. Monique and Candace, I probably like Monique a little bit better than Candace, but both of them are pretty much, in my opinion, the same person, because Monique gets her money from her husband. She's always talking about, I think in her confessional, she said, well, I had 4 houses, and now I got 5. And I'm just looking like, bitch, if it wasn't for your husband, you wouldn't have shit. What was you doing before you married him? What job did you have? And I get people get married and, it's ours, but what are you doing for you? And I think she says she has some little mommy website that she's going to be selling this ginger drink, to help with coughing. And it sounds like an interesting enough idea. But bitch, that ain't gonna cut it. That ain't wealth, So Monique, where your money at? And Candace, where is your money at? You talking about you got all these coins. Okay, so next we have Karen and Raven. And Raven is gonna be headed back to school. But before she leaves, Karen talks to her. And Karen pretty much talks to Raven about first how she acted when Karen popped up unannounced. She said Raven was very cold and, didn't want to be bothered with her. And she was like, child, I ain't gonna never visit you unannounced no more. No mother chaff to deal with that. You were just so mean. And she was like, Mom, you can't be popping up on me, And I understand where Raven is coming from, because shit, when I got my early 20s, when you get away from your parents, you don't want to fuck with them no more. No offense, but it's just like you done been under their rules, and, and then if you have a really controlling parent, you just don't want to be bothered with that. You feel like you're a fucking child, and Karen does strike me as being controlling, so that's all I pretty much could get out of why Raven acted like that towards her. I like Raven, though. She seems like a really sweet girl, and she seems really mature with how she's handling the tax situation with Ray and Karen. And Karen, pretty much talked to her about the tax situation, and she loves how Raven is responding to it. And she says she has a lot to learn from her daughter. And, I think that she said that her daughter, inspires her to, learn to move on from situations and accept situations. And she just pretty much gave her that motherly advice about, how things are bad. And you have to rise to the occasion even when you are going through a negative time in your life. So that's pretty much what they talked about. And Raven made the drive back to the school. Next, we got Candace and her motherfucking man, Chris. Why are they at, dinner, and she playing with her titties, talking about how she got to put them in place? She does give me cheerleader tease, honey. Okay? So Candace and Chris, they are talking about their prenuptial agreement, and Candace lets Chris know that her and Giselle, they just met, but when they went to do yoga with Ashley, they ended up talking about her getting a prenup, and she was discussing it with Chris. And I really loved how he responded, because at first he didn't respond the way I thought he would respond. I thought he was going to have an attitude. He wasn't gonna want to sign the prenuptial agreement, but he was like, you know what? I'll come in with whatever I came with. I'll come with nothing. I'll leave with nothing. I'm not even here for that. So I have nothing but love and respect, for his attitude. He's very different from Todd, from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Candy's Todd. They showed that last night with the Housewives, how, Todd didn't like Candy's little prenup. He didn't like the shit that, was inside of theirs at first. But yeah, Chris, he said he's okay with it. Bring it on. He ain't make a big deal out of it at all. And I really got respect for him for that. So next we got Chatterbox Monique, and she's talking about how everybody is invited to the soccer game that Candace is putting on. She also is making this kind of ginger drink with the kids. It helps with their coughs, and she's going to sell it, like I said, on her little website she got. Just Monique is Monique. The kids are, that little girl I told you guys, beautiful. That is a gorgeous baby. That little boy, he looks just like the little girl. Nice looking kids. I'll give you that, Monique. Other than that, you're full of shit and y'all about money. So anyways, Monique is, telling her about the bubble soccer thing, and how if the girls come at Candace crazy, she knows Candace can hold her own. I don't know, because that motherfucking Robin be ready. Robin be ready to beat y'all motherfucking ass. She ain't got no words or no hands for Mr. Wine, but she definitely got it for you bitches. Monique, I need to clock your tea real quick. Why are you sitting up here talking about Giselle and her stumbling over words? First off, you dumb bitch, when a person writes a book, and I know I done wrote a few, you are going to stumble over words. I have this fucking podcast. You guys hear me. I'm pretty sure during this episode, I done stumble over a few words. Sometimes it's hard to get your words together, and I'm shooting this right off the dome. Ain't no notes. I'm kind of just looking at the show, going off of what the fuck happened. This shit is not as easy as it looks. Reading, if you're reading something for the first time, I do a lot of reading at my real job, and It's hard. You're going to stumble over words. That was probably Giselle's first time looking at that excerpt. And you sitting up here judging and criticizing her for that, telling Sharice, well, for real, she needs a ghostwriter. I guess her brother was reading the whole little invitation to the bubble soccer thing. And she was like, wow, he reads better than Giselle. And I'm just like, Monique, unnecessary. Unnecessary. You stupid as hell, and Giselle got a few comments for your ass when she figured out what you said. I thought it was unnecessary, you guys. Let's not start up this beef, between the two of you. I'm going to be on Giselle's side. I just am. I wasn't for Giselle coming at you the way she did last season, but I'm not here for you making fun of how somebody... I just felt like it was... I don't know. I get you guys. They have to throw shade at each other. It was just unnecessary, Okay, so next we have Robin and her two boys, and then she invites Giselle, Karen, and Sharice over, and she pretty much wants to, bring back the old clique. I guess all of these women have been very good friends over the year, and, she wanted them to come over and help paint at the house, so they all get there. Them fucking boys are bad, Robin. I would put them little motherfuckers in a daycare, the nearest motherfucking daycare. They look like they bad as hell. They be running through the house. I would probably have to pull out my motherfucking belt every day. I'm serious. They look bad, rude, disrespectful. Robin, it seems like you let your children treat you the way Juan does. That's a problem. Anyways, we're not gonna get off into that. Sharice shares with Giselle as, they are, painting this wall in Robin's house. She shares with her that Monique, remember, made the comment that she needs a ghost reader, not just a ghost writer, because she can't read that good. And that motherfucker Giselle had the best clapback. She said, oh, she's just sad and stupid and just want to throw some shade. What's wrong with her? What's wrong? And I'm with Giselle. It was just so unnecessary and negative. You know what I'm saying? I kind of would expect that shit from Sharice. Sharice has kind of been cool. Sharice, maybe your ass should just stay a friend of the motherfucking show, okay? Because you was annoying the shit out of me when you was a main cast member. Now, you just, you go along to get along, you in the cut, Anyways, Robin got to telling the women about how... they was just like, well, why are we painting that? And I guess Robin wanted to save some money or something, because she was just like, well, I just never want to be broke again. I remember they cut our gas off. We had to take really ice cold showers. And I really sympathize with Robin, because that feels like a lot to go through. And then she brought up Ashley, and she said, Ashley just don't know what me and my family have been through. And, being broke is hard. That's why me and Juan, stay together to come together for the kids. I'm starting to understand Robin's plight a little bit more. It still probably wouldn't be me, but I'm starting to understand it. I was irritated with the comments she made about Karen, saying, well, I can have sympathy. I invited Karen because I can have sympathy for anybody going through a money situation. Bitch, that ain't what you said the first couple of episodes. You was all in Karen grill, talking about how you don't think she telling you the truth and this, that, and the third, and she's a lie. And, so how did we switch, Robin? So, Robin, you are insecure about your finances. You are insecure, period. That's why you really took it to heart when Monique was saying the shit that she was saying about you, like with the meme and all of that. It didn't really look like a big deal, and I was on your side, but now I'm starting to see that you're more fragile than you appear. You will fight, though. I give you that. Robin Black, though, y'all, she got hands. She will fight a bitch. Okay, so next we got this scene with Michael and Ashley, and they're pretty much talking, and they're talking about Ashley's mom, and I'm a little weird about this. I don't like Michael, you guys. I realize that. I don't really like Michael. I get he got some coin, but I don't know if he really loves Ashley like that. I think it's kind of, I got this young girl, I got money. I do understand Michael. I'm on Michael's side when it comes to the mother, because I feel like Ashley, that's your mother, and you can't expect your husband to be loyal to your mother because it's your mother, and your mother chooses to not get a fucking job and pay for this fucking man that sits on his ass. He don't even have a job. Michael looking like, I ain't trying to help these motherfuckers and they can't help themselves. She won't get rid of this no good man, so, and then I don't know about them telling her to get rid of him, because a lot of times you tell somebody to get rid of somebody, they tend to cling to the person even more. So I don't even know if they should have told the mother that, but Ashley, Michael is right. You do need to let your mother know, I'm not going to help you. She needs to struggle because, like Michael said, as long as she knows, and remember, Ashley, you said, well, I will never cut you off and you're my mom. And, and I had a little empathy for you for that because, it is your mom, but your mother needs to struggle. If she does not struggle and lose everything and have to work hard for it, then she's not going to appreciate what you do for her because it's coming from you. It's not what she had to do for herself. Do you see what I'm saying? We tend to appreciate what we actually had to work hard for, to have and maintain. So I'm kind of with Michael. I don't even know, you guys, Ashley and Michael, they kind of seem like they're in a better space, but Michael says that he can't really be with Ashley if she's going to continue to do this shit with her mother. And I understand that. But aside from the mother, I don't know if I see them together for very much longer. It's just something about their relationship. It's like it's not based off of love. It's based off of just money. And he's the older guy with money. And, so Ashley, you're going to have to just cut your mother off. It don't matter if you with Michael or anybody. Nobody wants to be financially responsible for your motherfucking mother. And that's just point blank, period. So I hope her and Michael work things out. I don't know, because their relationship seems kind of superficial, but I guess we'll see how things play out. But Ashley, you do need to make a decision about your mother because this is your adulthood, and it's not like she's 80 years old or, bedridden and sick. It's just you got to accept your mother for who she is. It's very hard to do, but you got to do what you got to do for you and your life and, your future kids. And if you decide to be with Michael, you don't want Michael to have any type of disdain towards you because of this situation. So we're at the little bubble soccer game, and that loud ass Monique and all her talking, and she goes up to Giselle. Well, I just knew it just was going to be me, Robin, and Candace, and Ashley, and I knew you weren't going to do it. It's just like, I don't know, you guys. It's like she throws a lot of shade at Giselle. And it's just like, I thought y'all got over whatever y'all got over last year. But it's like, Monique, you're not, that is shady to already expect. And no, Giselle didn't end up participating, but it's just like you came in with this, preconceived notion of, well, she ain't gonna participate. I already know who, and you could kind of tell Giselle kind of looked at her funny. She didn't really make a comment, but she kind of looked at her, once she made that comment. So next we have Michael and Ashley. They didn't came up. Ashley gets off into this thing. Well, nobody will ever know if me and Michael had a fight and you just can't tell. Bitch, we can tell. We saw y'all last season arguing by a fucking car. Okay, so you and Michael get into it and we be knowing. So you can stop all that, Ashley. Next, Karen and the blue-eyed guy, whatever his name is. I'm kind of thinking, Karen, is you having an affair on Ray? Because you always with this guy, honey. She brings him, because y'all know Ray, he too old to be in that motherfucking bubble shit. He beat passed out and passed away and shit, Monique, I think she brought her brother with her because she said Chris is at work. Y'all, I was cracking up when that motherfucking Michael got behind Ashley's butt and was bumping her in the butt, and she's just pouncing her butt on him, and then she's talking about this is not a juvenile video. I thought that was funny. Moments like this, I feel like Michael and Ashley will make it, but it's something about them, you guys. I don't know. I'm going to keep my good eye on them. So next, everybody's playing a little bubble soccer game, and I think Candace, and before they really got started, Candace and Robin bumped into each other really hard, and they had to take a little pause. Then everybody ended up playing. Karen and Giselle was off on the sides. They was the little cheerleaders. After playing that game for a little bit, honey, because it don't look like they played it for a long time. Everybody's hungry, wanting something to drink. Candace is getting drinks, and they end up having to wait on food. So they ended up getting the food. Chris, Candace's fiance, he brings the food up with these guys and this some type of drink. Giselle said that it was nasty and she didn't like it. Then they got off into this conversation about Chris's private parts. And I'm just looking like, why the fuck, Candace, are you even talking about this shit? I thought it was funny when Robin said, well, I didn't think, that question, that wouldn't have came from us. And then Candace shot back, no, it wouldn't have came from you. And I thought that was kind of funny because you could kind of tell that Candace don't really like Robin. Robin and Giselle, they're not for these cheerleader rah-rah types like Monique and Candace. So I don't know about you guys. Giselle and Candace, I guess they're going to get into it maybe the next episode. But yeah, I can tell there's going to be tension with Giselle and Robin and Candace and Monique. I can just tell. But yeah, Candace, stop talking about the man's penis. It makes you look cheap. So that motherfucking Karen is eating her food and she's just like, I'm not about to lick my fingers. That's not what I do. You know, where's the napkins? I don't want to make a big deal. And it's just like, Karen, bitch, you crazy as hell. Candace, why the fuck you ain't got no napkins? If you're going to serve barbecue, bitch, they're going to have barbecue sauce on their fingers. You need napkins. What the hell? And she talking about, well, I don't have none, but you could use these shirts. And Sharice was like, yeah, that's what I was going to do anyways. I was going to have to do that. So Candace gets off into this thing about how her mother is paying for the wedding and she's acting like a bridezilla. And it's just like, bitch, if she wasn't paying for your wedding, then she wouldn't have so much input. If you want to control the coin, you got to be the one bringing the coin in. I done been through what Candace done been through, and honey, it ain't pretty. You need to get out of that. Your mother gonna be trying to decide everything for you. You just need to get out of that. Turns out she's paying half of the mortgage. Her and Chris pay the other half. And I'm just looking like, damn, Candace is starting to look like you don't have... Bitch, first off, you's a liar. You's a lie. Let me clock you on your lie. You came on here talking about I'm the one with the money. Your mother, bitch, is the one with the money. Because anytime your mother's paying half the mortgage and then you go try to give us that story about how she comes to your house and pays half the mortgage because it's like a vacation house. No. That bitch is trying to control you and it's working. She ain't trying. She is controlling you. Why would you need your mother to pay half of the mortgage and then it's not so much you're paying the other half. You and Chris both are paying the other half. And it's just like, you're not independent. So Candace ends up telling the girls that she wants Chris's kids. They live out of state. They want the kids to live where they're at. And Giselle's just like, you gonna pay for the mother too? And she was like, yeah, we'll pay for the mother, too, to come up and live here. With what money? And then they was just like, oh, is your mother gonna pay for that? And she was like, no. And that motherfucker Cherie said, what Chris pay for with the brown dick? What he pay for? Everybody bust out laughing. It was kind of funny. It's just like, damn. Candace, you are like a little girl and you really do think you own your grown woman. Your mother is 100% in control of your life. I'm telling you. Oh, did y'all catch that bragging ass Monique? Well, I felt like I had a little bit easier than Candace because they just asked me how many homes I have. I have 4, now I got 5. No, your husband has it, bitch. Where's your job at? Because you probably ain't had no job until you got on this show. And I know you wouldn't get no money from them struggle raps that you was doing. So Candace ends up telling the ladies what all she pays for, like utilities, and Chris pays her car note, and Karen is just like, don't be telling these ladies all about what you pay for. They go find a way to twist that shit, and I'm with Karen. They will twist your shit. Pay attention to how they treated Karen. So after Karen says all that, Ashley talking about something, well, Karen should just be happy that the attention is not on Ray and, their tax problem. Ashley, you should be happy that we're not talking about you, Michael, and your mother, because your problem is worse in a way. Your problem is worse than Karen's, actually. To me, you sit up here can't tell your mother no and know you ain't gonna be buying this, that, and the third and paying her bills. So you don't have no room to talk, Ashley. So Karen is stumbling over her words. Child trying to fix her wig is pushed all the way back. Damn, Karen got a big ass forehead. That fucking Ashley ain't shit. She talking about cousin Ed came out for a little bit. Candace is steady trying to help her. She said, girl, you know I got a hair company. No, bitch, you ain't got a hair company. You and your mama got a hair company. Karen was like, no, I'm good. I done had enough wigs through the years, so she used her little sunglasses to get her wig shifted. So as Karen is shifting her wig, honey, the ladies are cracking up laughing. I was laughing myself. That was funny watching her wig just shift damn near off her head. Somebody said, just take it off. Anyways, they wrap up their little picnic they was having, and then Candace talks to her man Chris about how the ladies just hazed her, asking her all these questions, and she in her confessional talking about she get it, people got to figure out who you are, that way they could be comfortable with you, and this, that, and the third, honey. That was pretty much my recap of Real Housewives of Potomac. Don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. It is your girl, Brand New, and I am out.